you to choose, what will it be? What will it be? Win or you lose? Hey, you either win or you lose. You either win or you lose. Let's reason. Hey, you either win or you lose. So I know that the truth is stranger than fiction, right? You know, we say we want the truth, but when it presents itself, it be ugly. Okay? When I woke up this morning, I was not expecting to say the things that I'm saying today, because I mean, I've been knowing it. It just was not time. But now is the time, because we talk about total and complete healing. We have to walk in the whole truth. We can't fake it to make it. And many of us, all of us, if you're in a male-female relationship, you're unequally yoked. Okay? Opposites do not attract. A shot deals at like kinds. For myself, it has been a battle. And it's for everybody that, you know, you're dealing with this. And I mean, it's easier for men. Men have accepted that they love men more than women have accepted that they love women. Because, you know, females, we're putting up with our men fucking with other men. They just do what they want to do. They gonna fuck with this nigga and you're gonna still love him. But my thing is, why do we have to sneak around and, you know, all of that? And I understand religion. But until we embrace the whole truth, until we embrace ourselves, we will not heal, and they will take us down. We cannot fight. We're not going to be able to fight not being healed, not being whole, not being happy, not vibrating where we're supposed to be vibrating so that we can receive what we're supposed to receive to protect ourselves, to protect other people. We have all been living a lie. We got to ask the question, why has it been such a push against same-sex relationships? Like, you know, they say, oh, ain't no sin greater than the other, but that one right there, it's not a sin, but that right there has been pushed the hardest. For myself, I've been observing some of the men in my family. And it really opened my eyes after I did my ayahuasca ceremony in Peru. During my ayahuasca ceremony in Peru, I was reminded about my own father. When I went with him one day, and Dad, Ahab, I love you. Thank you for allowing me to share this. Thank you for your presence. My grandfathers, all of the names, 3 of them, all of their names are Willie. 3 Willies. I got 3 Willies in the house. And so I remember going to my dad's friend's house, and he disappeared for a minute. It had to be like an hour and a half. I'm like, damn, what the fuck, Dad? And so I'm trying to keep, you know, entertain myself. And during that time, I'm 41 years old, so, you know, the VCRs was live and in effect. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking through the box of VHS tapes, and they'll pop one in the VCR, and it's a porn, male on male. And all of it was just pouring. I'm like, oh shit. So I kind of put 2 and 2 together. Okay, Dad. But I mean, at this time, I was seeing women and shit, and my dad, he praised me. He was just so proud of me, and like, I just love you, and he just praised me, and now I realize why. It wasn't because I took his idea with this lawn service and made it a bigger business. It was because I was walking in my truth. I was not afraid to be who I am, a woman who loves women, because Dad couldn't do that. But I remember he called me crying. He broke down crying because he was married to this woman that knew he was gay. And he said to me, she told me to why don't I just go let a man fuck me up the ass? And it hurt Dad because evidently he had confided in her, or she had caught him or something. But what I have seen is that men are holding on to women because they don't want to be questioned about their sexuality. You know, so you hiding behind a woman because you just don't want to deal with that shit. And I don't blame you. I have seen in the ayahuasca ceremony, I saw both of my grandfathers molesting their own sons. And I thank you because it's healing time, right? I'm healing my bloodline. And the truth is what makes us free. And so today I'm giving understanding that the men are in such distress that they're acting out. I'm not making excuses. Because, of course, a lot of the men were molested by their fathers and so on. It's a generational curse and shit like that. It's not just females being molested. The little boys are being molested, too. And that is not what is contributing to your attraction to men. When they say, well, can you be born gay? Hell to the yeah. That's what's natural. When you look at nature, I'm going to share some videos from YouTube. It's called Out in Nature. And how the animals are, the females with the females and the males are with the males. How we see men acting out now, killing the women, killing the children. The same thing is going on in nature because it's not a man's responsibility to take care of no fucking children. Men do not pregnate women. Females are born pregnant with our eggs, which are fully developed fetuses. So there has been an attack on sexuality. The war is the war on sexuality and, you know, your preference. But we have been programmed to love the opposite sex as if that's natural. And for the females who you choose to stay in relationships with men, they're going to continue dragging your asses.
1301.
They're going to continue dragging y'all because they don't want to be with y'all. But it's as if you're forcing them. Oh, this your baby. I got you on child support. Men innately know that they ain't got shit to do with those children. That's why many of them walk out. They leave because they know that ain't my baby. They don't have no connection, no emotional connection to these children. And it's because they're not the father. There is no father. There are mothers and our children. We birthed these men. And what I'm tired of seeing is men that I love suffer because other men have placed this machoism over them, and even their mothers too. You know, the mothers and the fathers are, you know, forcing this whole straight agenda, because it's an agenda. They say, oh, the gay agenda. No, it's a straight agenda. Everything is the opposite of what they present to us when you're dealing with the truth. If they telling you one thing, it's the opposite. Every time. Let me let her know I'll call back. You either win or you lose. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's time to be free. Give me 1 second, y'all. You gotta put yourself first. It's time. Ladies, we have to let these men go. They're not happy with you, and the tighter you try to hold on to them, the more in distress they're going to be, and they're going to kill you and your children. The rate of murders among men, especially black men in Babylon, North America, has increased exponentially because we're putting responsibilities on these men that are not theirs. It's not a man's responsibility to take care of you. It's not a man's responsibility to take care of your children. The scripture speaks about the virtuous woman. It say the man was sitting in the gates with the elders. He wasn't doing shit. It was the female that was making everything happen. So we want a man to work and take care of us and pay all the bills and do this, do that, and that's just not his responsibility. It's not his responsibility. So I needed to go live to let the men know, because I don't hate men. I do, the majority of things that I do is for men. I love the men just because I speak an uncomfortable truth. And another thing, brothers, and this is not just for black men, it's for all men. Every time you ejaculate and you expel your semen, you're losing consciousness. Stop busting nuts. You need to be ejaculating and harvesting that energy, because that's your life force. That's your spinal fluid. Brown men, so-called black men in North America, suffer the most from prostate cancer because you're oversexed. Oh my God. Hold on a second, y'all. Okay. Because you're oversexed. And the porn industry is an attack too on men. Females too, because we're allowing you to bust nuts in us when your semen outside of your body is a virus. It's not a virus inside your body, it belongs inside of your body. But when men are busting nuts inside of women or busting nuts inside of each other, it causes all type of issues. I'm not telling you not to have sex, but you need to be ejaculating. You need to be retaining your semen because you need it. When you ejaculate, from what I heard, I'm not a man, but from men that I spoke to that ejaculates, they experience a euphoria that gives them like such an extreme creativity. I mean, it does wonders for y'all. Ladies, being intimate with men is killing our wombs. Many of you have fibroids and cysts. Some of y'all done witnessed these fibroids and cysts with hair, teeth, and nails. What the hell you think that is? Those are our babies. Those are your babies. So when they remove a cyst or a fibroid from your body, it has hair, teeth, and nails. Those are your babies that you were born with that have been mutilated by semen because you're having sex with men, which is unnatural. You're born pregnant. I shared a post today that showed how, many women want to have children and shit, but it's because you're having sex with men while you're not able to have children because the semen is blocking your parthenogenic abilities. My purpose is an uncomfortable truth. And we all know that I'm telling the truth. I did a ceremony last night because somebody had already did a spell on me and shit, but then a bitch turned around and sent some black magic my way, and she didn't even know that her doing that was gonna push me into my purpose even further. So I'm doing the ceremony, I'm fighting and shit in the spirit, you know, burning my candles. They keep going out, I'm burning them and shit. And by the time I got done, 5 candles had went out. 5 of my teacup candles, and then the other 5 that I had to replace, they stayed lit. So that was my initiation into 5D. 5D is more than just vibrating high. It's walking in the whole truth. Because how can you vibrate high when you're not walking in the truth, when you're not living the life that you want to live, when you're not happy? You can't vibrate high living a lie. I need to put that in a rhyme. You can't vibrate high living a lie. You feel me? You got to be walking in the truth. And like I said, the men are more in tune with their sexuality and the fact that men love men. They sneaking around doing the shit, you know, bro. They hanging out with their boys and shit. The females, you are missing out because you're spending all your time, your whole life serving a man that don't even love you, and then by the time he want to love you, you in old age, the dick don't work no more and all that. But he been giving it to who he want to give it to. But you never got from that man what you deserve because it's just not natural, and you never will. And as time goes on, the men are going to become more distressed and in distress because they're being forced to do something that they really don't want to be doing. They don't want to be taking care of your fucking children. They don't want to be taking care of your ass. It's not a man's responsibility too. They need to be free with each other. A village is what must be recreated for the women and children. Ladies, it's our responsibility to take care of one another, to help each other with each other's children. Yeah, you have some women that have molested children as well, and they will be dealt with. But for the most part, it is the men that are trespassing the children, both male and female, because they just not supposed to be around those babies like that. Men should not be unsupervised, especially men who are circumcised, because circumcision is a blood sacrifice. It's not natural either. You are born with everything you're supposed to have. The scripture, when it talk about circumcision, it's talking about circumcising the flesh of your heart, not the flesh of your penis. You know what they doing to the foreskins of the little boys? They're putting it in makeup. They got facials and all type of shit. It's just disgusting what's going on, and how we just ass backwards. We are at the lowest point we could possibly be at. Ain't nowhere to go from here but up. So what I am calling for is for everybody to set themselves free. The powers that be, they got us so fucked up, chasing each other, chasing you know, relationships that are not natural, chasing all of this shit. But the main thing that's gonna hold us back from being free, being happy, being able to get into that 5D, what they call it, is because we're living a lie when it comes to our sexuality. Our sexuality is the most important thing, because who we lay with is important. If you're in a situation where every day you arguing, you fussing, you fighting and shit, then your body's sick, how are you supposed to vibrate high with that shit? To the men, because I love y'all. Y'all need to leave these fucking women. Those are not your children. They're not your children. The whole child support and the DNA test is lies. Children don't carry no DNA from no fathers, because there is no father. There's only the mother. Asexual beings. So they are trapping men, and the females are perpetuating it because you're bitter. The man don't want you no more. He don't want to have nothing to do with the child because he know it ain't his. It ain't because you've been men fucking around. Oh my God. I said I'll call you back, Empress, please. So they know. And that's why it's so easy for a man to walk away. Stop holding these men back. But, bro, you got to set yourself free. Fuck that. It's time to escape these fucking women because they're not going to let you go. You're going to have to leave. Even if you got to pack your shit while she at work and dip, she will be all right. Save yourself because you're in distress. And you're doing shit, you know, you're spending all this time and energy sneaking around when you could just be free. And you ain't got to answer to nobody and be worrying about nobody judging you and shit. You're just doing what you want to do because that's what's making you happy. And so you're vibrating high now. And now you're able to receive your powers again so that you can fight in this fucking war that's already started. These people coming for our head. And how can you fight weak, confused? You fighting yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, the pussy all right, but man, I love when a man touches me and when, you know, I'm up in that ass, and that's fine. Because a man's ass, your anus, is one and the same with your vagina. Men are a mutation of female women, and I'm not saying that to be negative. Men have full body orgasms with anal sex. Pussy cannot do for a man what dick can. I'm sorry, ladies. You just can't do it for him. And so you wonder why you ain't never had an orgasm, you ain't busting no nuts, because it's not natural. So brothers, I'm here for y'all. I'm here for the females too. I just know it's going to be easier for the men to walk away than it will for the women because, oh God, they have, and this is our karma for what we did to Asha, for going against the Great Mother. We wanted her power so bad. We wasn't grateful with sharing it. And I see females today, you flowing in the prophetic, you a healer, all that shit, and then your ego so high, you think it's your own power. So that spirit is still in the earth. And it must be suppressed and crushed. And we will rid the earth of that. Oh, yes. It's separation time. And I say it with love, man. I vibrate on the vibration of love. And I was chosen to come and give this uncomfortable truth in this day and time. And I'm honored. I do not care. I'm not in this for friendship, for none of that shit. I don't care about all that. I care about the truth. I went on my journey for the truth in December of 2011. I canceled a $30,000 Mexico tour because I'm an international superstar. I walked away from that shit when I found out about the Illuminati and all of this shit. I don't need, that's not me, baby. I'm not finna sell my soul for silver and gold. I don't have to. And so now that I'm armed with the whole truth, I got my own label. I'm calling the shots. I'm making shit happen because I'm God. I can do that. But I want to encourage the brothers. It's time to separate. Leave. Set yourself free. You know you're not happy. Stop sneaking around. Go where you're going to be happy. I love y'all. Ladies, let these men go. They're not your baby daddies. They're just not. Okay? Be friends. It's okay to be friends. Yeah. Empress is coming today. She's married and she's accepting. She know her husband gay. He knows she gay. He know that y'all both saying the same shit, okay? Because that's what's natural. Same sex relationships. Be friends. Be cordial, because at the end of the day, love is the highest vibration. But we cannot continue faking it to make it, talking about we heal. The devil is a liar. Until you embrace the true you will not heal. And then you're not going to be ready to fight because you're going to be so sad and depressed and stressed and fucking on drugs and shit. And I'm tired of seeing the men that I love fucking using drugs and depressed and stressed. And they're telling me I can only be myself around you, cuz I can only be myself around you, sis. I don't want to hear that shit no more. Stop judging these men. And then many of them, the whole sex change and all of that shit, that would stop. It would cease. Because a nigga can be a thug ass nigga and love another man and not be judged or made to feel like he doing something wrong. You don't have to change into a female to love a man. We're seeing these men getting caught with these trannies because they've been so programmed to believe they're supposed to be with a woman, so they gotta find something as close. You know, they're gonna get with the tranny, but it's really a man. And that makes them feel a little better. But not all the way, because they still gotta sneak around and then come sit up in your face acting like they love you when they don't. They don't hate you, but that's not what they want. And the female, it's gonna take a little bit more time for us. Brothers, it's gonna take a little bit more time for the women to get on board. So y'all gonna have to free yourself. I'm telling you this shit. You're gonna have to free yourself. You're gonna have to walk away from that woman and those children. And she will be all right. We God. We are creating the villages now for the women to come to and heal and be supported by other women that can help take care of those children. You are in bondage, brothers. That's not what you're in the earth for. I'm not going to even go there about why you're here, because that's a whole nother thing that you're going to have to heal from. But at least you can start enjoying a better quality of life with one another, because that's what you want. And it's okay, because that's what's natural. Okay? Y'all hit me up in the inbox. There is full discretion if you want to talk. I love y'all. Shalom.